You're going to take 6 reasons why the Broncos will get to the Super Bowl. I'm going to give you 6 reasons why they won't. All right? Who's first?
Woody's first.
Woody's first. 6 reasons why the Broncos will get to the Super Bowl.
Number 6, Broncos, and I'm serious about these. I took the serious route.
Okay.
Broncos will lead the league in sacks and turnovers. And I've told you going into training camp that I think that 50, didn't I say 50? I think 50 is the number. But sacks, we know they already
At 20 in the preseason.
So 50 is
Averaged 5 a game.
50 is going to be they're going to get that. So that's one of the reasons they're going to get the Super Bowl, because they're going to be the Seattle Seahawks of
And if you get into
ago.
if you get into the quarterback that much, you're going to force turnovers too.
Number 5. I thought this was my segment. Yeah. Running game, Evan Mathis, Louis Vasquez. Lewis, but we call him Louis, where I came from.
Could very well be the best guard tandem in the league.
I think that you want to, particularly on third down, if you're not running in the hole, you want to run behind those 2 guys. Pick one. You can go either way.
Sure.
You usually have one guy.
They can pull, too.
Well, you have one guy, you go, when it's a tight squeeze, go behind that guy. Either one of those guys. That puts the defense back on their heels of not knowing whether you could go just left or just right. And the running game, I think, is going to lead the league. Mike Shanahan's running game led the league in rushing here, Washington, wherever Mike was. And I talked to Mike the other day, and I know you talk to him all the time, about the running game and how he had a realization that he had to have a great running game, because he was a passing guy like Adam Gase, and he realized in the playoffs, late in the season, cold weather games, you had to have a running game, and he did it. And guess what? Gary Kubiak trained under him and Alex Gibbs for years. So did Dennison. They know how to run the football. Easy schedule early during transition. And everybody talks about, oh, the Broncos get problems the first 6, 7 games. The Broncos are going to be they're going to be 6-1 going into Indianapolis. At the worst, I think. Remember when they went to Indianapolis and they were undefeated? Weren't both teams undefeated?
I don't remember that.
I think it was. Maybe Indianapolis had lost 1 game when Indianapolis beat and Andrew Luck was a rookie. I think the Broncos would be. This is not a homer call, because you know me well enough. I say exactly what I believe. I don't make up stuff like, oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to lose a game, but they could lose 1 game, maybe at Kansas City. They could lose only 1 game before they go to, and that's after the bye, I think. So that's it. It's a home field advantage. What I mean by that is not the home field advantage, but I know, send me your emails, tweet me, but they are going to have the home field advantage again. They're going to finish better than anybody in the AFC. They're going to win 11, 12 games. I don't think anybody else is going to win 12 games. So they're going
Number 1 seed.
Number 1 seed.
Okay.
And we know they lost 2 of those 3 number 1 seed games. It's not going to happen this year because there's a big difference.
Yeah, the coaching
Number
and
2,
the coaching staff.
Gary Kubiak. Yeah, John Fox was a terrible game day coach.
Terrible.
I think
He was terrible.
Terrible. Gary Kubiak, and I've already mentioned it in my conversation with Mike Shanahan. I'll be writing it soon at some point. Gary Kubiak is an exceptional coach. He's never had talent like this as a head coach. And you go, Arian Foster, and who's the wide receiver?
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, Andre Johnson. Schaub was a Pro Bowl quarterback for a year or so, but he never had a defense this good.
No.
Forget J.J. Watt. You got to have 10 other guys. And he's never had an offense that I think is quite as good as this, because I think Anderson can be Arian Foster. Arian Foster was a free agent, too. Remember that. Number 1, Peyton Manning.
Enough said.
What do you want
All
me to
right,
say?
here are
What
6
do you want me
reasons.
to say hadn't been said?
Here's 6 reasons.
His nickname was Patey Pie. That's what his mother called him.
6 reasons why the Broncos will not end up in the Super Bowl. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
If they do have problems at offensive tackle, still need to see that rookie at left tackle play it and play it well.
If they do, Jake Long will be here.
Number 2, the curse of Monte Ball.
5.
No, excuse me, number 5, the curse of Monte Ball. I don't know what that means. I just wanted to write the curse of Monte Ball.
It's you Chicago people.
Number 4,
Curse of that goat.
yeah, the goat, the Billy Goat. Number 4, The kicker is not reliable. If they're not going to score as many points and the games are going to be closer, there's going to be more responsibility, more of an onus on the field goal kicker. I'm not convinced McManus is going to.
Well, can I give you a secret?
Consistent enough.
They'll go for it on fourth down.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't see Gary Kubiak going for it in fourth down a lot. The inability to stop the run is my number 3. Like what we've seen from Sylvester Williams during the preseason, they've done a really good job with it, but let's see him do it during the regular season. Let's see if Sylvester Williams can live up to that first-round potential. Number 2, a playoff game in New England possibly. We know how much they didn't want to go to New England last year in the playoffs, and they never got there because they lost to Indianapolis. So if they have to have a playoff game in New England, that's going to be tough. And number 1, on a cold January day, Peyton Manning's whole body goes numb. That could keep them from going to the Super Bowl.
Is that?
I believe they're going to the Super Bowl, but I took the opposite tack on this thing.
Peyton Manning's put his glove back on?
He has, yeah.
How about body glove?
Not a bad idea. Head to toe, tacky spandex. I like it. That segment sponsored by the Blake Street Tavern. It's our favorite sports bar with the best sports bar food in the city. They're located at 23rd and Blake. I've been going there for years and years. Great stuff. They've got a dish. It's so decadent. It's French fries, cheese, and green chili. You don't need anything else for the rest of the day. Green chili cheese fries. That's what it is. It's Denver's best sports bar, voted that way 3 years in a row by Westward. It's at 23rd and Blake. When you go and ask for Chris, tell Chris that I sent you. All right?